welcome you guys back to my channel, Nene Blobs. So today I'm here with my April TBR. So this will include my Tome, Topple TBR and the rest of my month's TBR. The Tome, Topple Readathon has already started, but before that I read, and I think afterwards I will also read. But this TBR will include both my Tome, Topple TBR and the rest of the month's TBR. So let's just get started. So the first 5 are the books in my Tome, Topple TBR. I will just quickly name them. If you want more information about the Tome, Topple Readathon or my TBR, I made a video on the Tome, Topple Readathon and it will be in the description down below. So first is The Host by Stephanie Meyer, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, The Invasion of the Tierling by Erica Johansson, The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons, and Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Then let me go to the rest of my TBR. My TBR is only big like this because I've read most of them. Like, if I hadn't read them before, I would have really downsized my TBR. But because I've read them this month already and it's only the 8th, I can now like have a bigger TBR, which is so weird, but it's because it's holiday. So yes, so some of these books I've already read, that's why it's so much. So the first book is actually in Afrikaans because I need to improve in my Afrikaans skills. It is in English, The Girl with a Red Violin. It's about a girl who is very famous because she plays violin. She has her own small secret life. She stumbles upon an Amish community and there she meets many new people. This is an Amish Christian type of book, but I really enjoyed it. It took me a bit longer than usual because it was Afrikaans, but it was a really nice like romance and it really encourages family and being yourself, so that was really good, and I'll talk more about it in my wrap up. Then the next 2 books are Wake and Lullaby by Amanda Hocking, and these 2 were recommended by my friend at school and she said she really loves Amanda Hocking and she loved the series. For like this whole year she's been telling me to pick it up because I told her I have the books. So the Water Song series is about a girl called Gemma and she has her life planned out. She is happy with her life. It's holiday and she loves swimming and she's happy with her life. But there are these few girls who come to her town that look a bit too perfect, and one night she falls into their party and the next morning she wakes up groggy and different and she feels different. And she gets thrown into this new world where there are sirens and creatures that you don't know about. Sirens are almost like mermaids. I feel like they're a mixture of mermaids and vampires because they can compel people, but they can also breathe underwater. I have read these 2 books and if you guys want to know more about it, stay tuned for my wrap up. Then the next book I bought at a secondhand bookstore called The Ballroom by Anna Hope. It is a book set in 1911 and it is in an asylum, and in that time like people got thrown into an asylum if you broke a glass or someone just was a bit suspicious about it. And in that time it was a bit more corrupt because usually if you went in you don't get out very easily. So this is a romance and it, for the most part, it was fine. It's about this girl called Alla and she is put into the asylum and she meets this boy called John, and we find out about John's past and Alla's past, and it's super interesting. And also this cover also really drew me in because it's so pretty. Then the next book also on my TBR, which I've already read, is The Storyteller by Jodi Picoult. So I've heard really good things about Jodi Picoult, and I read Between the Lines and Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and her daughter, and I really wanted to pick something up only by her, and this was a really good start. Mom took it out at the library for me and I'm so happy she did. So this is about a girl who is a baker and she is an introvert and she doesn't really go out in the day. She just bakes at night and sleeps in the day. And one day this old guy comes to her and starts to talk with her, and they start to become friends. But then one day he asks her to kill him because he used to be a Nazi. So the story goes around her and her grandma, who used to be a Holocaust in the Second World War, and also him. And also there's a bit of romance and mystery, but the whole story is also mainly about forgiveness and and when it is right to forgive. So it's a really interesting aspect for Jodi Picoult to talk about, and this book is super thick, but I'm so happy I read it because I love history and you got to see all the perspectives in the Second World War in this book, so I really recommend this book. Then going to the two books that I want to read after the Tome Topple Readathon. The first book is a classic, which is Emma by Jane Austen. So I think it's about time for me to pick up a Jane Austen book. So everyone says this is a great book, and Jane Austen is a great author. I mean, I think everyone's heard that. I got this for my birthday, and since I got it, I really want to read it, and I think now is the time. Hopefully I have time to read it because school's gonna start, but I really want to read it and see how it is. Whew. Oh, I got something in my eye. Then the last book that I want to read, if I do have time, is The Lost Garden by Kate Kerrigan. Okay, so I think this is about a girl who goes on holiday to Scotland with her parents and her two brothers, and there she falls madly in love with this guy called Jimmy Walsh, and they fall in love, but after a tragic accident she finds solace, it says at the back, she finds solace in this garden, and I think she finds herself again and just comfort in the garden. It sounds really interesting. I want to know what happens in the book, and yeah, I just can't wait to pick it up. So those are all the books I want to read in the month of April. I know it's quite ambitious, but hopefully I can get to it because it is holiday and like I'm loving it. Last week I read so much, like more than I would normally in a month, and it was just so relaxing. So I hope to read a bit more this month, but if not, I'm really happy with what I've read. I'm still busy with the Tome Topple Readathon, so I'm excited for that. I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury now, which I'm only like 30 pages in and I already love, but I hope to get to more of these books if I can. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe if you're new. I try making a video once a week, and also comment down below your TBR for this month, and also if you want to watch more of my videos, the links will be down below. Okay, see you guys next time. Blob!